All right, our next comic is awesome. I booked her for my show. She has been at the Laugh Factory in Chicago, Zany's in Chicago, and Ice House in Pasadena in August, y'all. Check her out, Seligsohn! Give it up for yourselves for supporting feminist comedy. Thank God. I'm a very militant feminist. I was known for it in Chicago. I get blocked on Facebook every day. All right, that's how feminism works. I fight the fights. Like why is the Chick-fil-A not on the dollar menu? Feminism, come on! I do get blocked on Facebook every day. Like one time I posted a picture of my cat and 4 comments later we were arguing about Zionism. It's cool. I am a feminist, but I'm starting to realize that like what I watch on television doesn't really match my feminist ideals. Because I watch like intervention and nothing else. That's it. And you guys know Intervention, right? The documentary series about drug addicts. It's been on for like 19 seasons. It's like 26 episodes a season, and these people are still shocked. It's incredible. And you notice other patterns when you watch this day in and day out. Like, all the women on that show, every woman on Intervention, it seems like she became an addict because of a past of sexual assault. They had a past of sexual trauma, so they became drug addicts. And then all the men on that show, they have a past of really wanting to play professional baseball, and then they didn't. Tough, you know? It sucks. I don't want to like diminish failed athleticism as a rape victim. I couldn't understand that. I know everyone gets all like, ooh, like when I mention that I was raped. I was raped on a study abroad trip to Russia, but like I mention it because how else would you know how well traveled I am? I can't just brag and be like, I went to Russia, but like now you know. You know? And it's a very controversial topic, you know, like, oh, like there's a rule here about you can't make rape jokes. Like I can, because I was raped, like I went there. It's about the culture, my culture. You know, like you're allowed to do it, there's just literally one rule. And I did that. And I think it's important to talk about. I think we should talk about it, especially here in Los Angeles. Like we're so close to Hollywood. That is where the Me Too movement started, and it's still happening. You know, like men still act surprised when another person is outed as a rapist, but like women aren't. Like we know, like Hollywood was founded upon rapists. Like look back to the beginning, like they were all abusers. Like Roman Polanski, rapist. Woody Allen, rapist. Alfred Hitchcock, I didn't even know if he did anything, but rule of 3, right? Comedy. And he did, so like the joke works, you know? Pepe Le Pew, rapist. There weren't enough back then, so they drew another one. Dating's hard. That's a fun transition. Like, where do you go from rape culture, you know? But no, dating is kind of hard. Like, I have a very sex-positive personality. I'm queer. Like, I've been a sex worker. I was a stripper. My name was Viper. I spelled it with a Y. I danced to predominantly corn. So on these psyched, you know, I guess I give off this vibe, because a lot of men in like the second message or less will ask me like, are you into kink? And it's like, it's not that I'm not, it's just I think it's dumb that they're asking me this question when they're not really asking me anything. They're not asking if I'm into kink. They're telling me that they are going to choke me within the first 30 seconds of sex with no warning. Zero communication. That has happened to me thrice since I moved here 6 months ago. I have added thrice to my vocabulary because of you choky men, alright? NBC men be choking. Like, holy shit. And then, like, it's not that I don't like it. Like, that's where we are as a society. I have to be like, oh, I don't mean to be a square because I want to talk about it. Like, I love choking. Oh, I love it. And, like, I do. Like, I don't mean to be a hipster about it, but, like, I've been choking for, like, a decade or more. I've been, like, doing choke sex since before it was cool, okay? Like, so they come and they, like, I've been choking, like, since first term Obama. Those were some good chokes, okay? First term Obama, like, the stakes were so low, we didn't feel in danger, we created our own. It was amazing. You know, like, yeah, he was doing shitty stuff to immigrants, but we didn't know. We didn't know. So what were we gonna do? Nothing, just, you know, choke during sex and have fun. But man, you guys, like, these current men, these 2019, you guys are choking like you just found out you could. You're choking like an overeager film student who, like, is 19 years old and you just ordered a camera and it hasn't even come yet, but you have a fully written rape scene and you want to film it now. I'm gonna be choking. I was a stripper, and you know, like, I always look back on that because it is a toxic environment, and like yes, I sucked a dick for $500, which, like, you know, it's like that was my price, like $500. Like, my pet deposit was $500, right? So it's like my body, the cat's not shitting on the floor, same price. I guess that's the free market. I don't know. I look back on it and I'm like, wow. I'd do it again for $250. $500 for one dick? Do you know how many dogs I have to walk? Do you know how many dogs I have to walk? I walk dogs, and my parents are more disappointed in that than the stripping. They're like, you pick up shit? Like, that's degrading. That's disgusting. You went to college. I did have, like, a real job once. It was in an office. I was a paralegal, and that's a real job because it's called paralegal, you know, and not team member or Viper with a Y. In Chicago, I worked in this law firm, and the law firm specialized in police brutality cases. All we did was sue the Chicago police for brutality, which is, like, incredibly bittersweet job security in any big city, you know? And, like, I don't want to sound like I don't respect law enforcement. I don't respect law enforcement. I just don't want to sound like I don't. I just think cops are, you know, a little racist and violent, you know, just a little. And, like, I'm just a former hooker with a mic in my hand. You don't have to listen to me, but I just think that maybe if you're a cop and you took an oath to protect and serve your community, maybe, just maybe, don't beat the shit out of someone just because he says you look like the guy on the Pringles can. That's a real case I worked on. Nobody made me sign anything saying I couldn't talk about it. So you're welcome. If you're a cop, you beat the shit out of a civilian of color because he said, you look like the guy on the Pringles can. Don't you dare show up to the trial with a shaved mustache like it got to you. All right? So then how am I supposed to respect your authority now, you know? Because now there's those like Blue Lives Matter people, and that's ridiculous. Blue lives, you know? Because like there was Black Lives Matter, you know, because black people, all 0 of you in here, black people were sick of getting shot. So they made a group. They called it Black Lives Matter. Cops wanted to make their own group, but they couldn't call it. No, they don't. They tried. It was taken by other cops. And so they're like, well, do Blue Lives Matter? That's a silly play on words, right? But no, it's illogical because, like, black lives are real. People are born black. You're not born blue. If you're born blue, you die. That's a dead baby. All right? It's a corpse, not a cap. That's a dead baby joke. Only 90s kids will remember that. And thank you so much. Enjoy the rest